Hi, good morning. Welcome to a new video where we're going to go on practicing with the unit 2 and with now calculating the highest common factor and lowest common multiple of, for example, these three numbers. As you know, the first thing we have to do when you have to do the highest common factor and lowest common multiple is to do the prime factor decomposition of the three numbers. So let's start by doing with number 45. Number 45. Okay. So we start with number 45 and we say, is divisible by 2? No, it is not. It is divisible by 3? Yes. And then it's divisible by 3. And when you divide by 3, you get 15. Is divisible by 3 again? Yes. And this is the prime factor decomposition of number 45. So we can write here number 45 equals 3 squared times 5. Next, 21. Is divisible by 2? No, it is not. By 3? Yes. So when you do the prime factor decomposition number 21, you get that is 3 times 7. And we place this in column so that you find that this is the prime factor decomposition and you have factors under the same factors. You find easier. 84. Is divisible by 2? Yes, it is, because it ends in an even number. So when you divide, you get 42. Is divisible by 2 again? Yes, it is. Now it's divisible by 3 and by 7. Perfect. So we have done the prime factor decomposition of the three numbers. We have written down here the factorizations. We have the three factorizations here in column. Let's do the highest common factor of these three numbers. Remember that to find the highest common factor, you have to find only common factors to the lowest exponent. Is 2 a common factor? No, it is not. Is 3 a common factor? Yes. Is there any other common factor? 7 is common to 84. Is 7 is common to 84 and 21, but it is not common to 45. Then it's not a common factor. So the only common factor to all is 3. And now, what is the lowest exponent? This is 2, 1, and 1, so the lowest exponent is 3. So finally, the highest common factor of these three numbers is 3. Lowest common multiple. You have to write all the factors now, and now you have to put the exponents. The exponents is always the highest exponent for lowest common multiple. So the highest exponent in this is 2. What about between these, among these three numbers? The highest exponent is 2. So we write 2 here. What about the highest exponent between, okay, the highest exponent here is 1, and there should be 0 or nothing, okay? And here it is 1, 2. So 5 and 7 are to the power of 1. Now, the only thing is to calculate this product. 2 squared times 3 squared is 4 times 9 times 5 times 7. It is equal to 1260. You can check it. And of course, this is a common multiple of the three numbers. Okay? It's a multiple of the three numbers of 45, of 21, and 84, because it contains all the numbers. Okay, this number contains 3 squared times 5. Yes. It contains also 3 times 7. Yes. And it contains 2 squared times 3 times 7. 2 squared times 3 times 7. so it's a common factor. And 3, common multiple. And 3 is a common factor of all, so it is contained in all the numbers. So if you find 3 is in all of this, of course. Okay, and there is not any other that is in all of them. Let's do another exercise. What about this? Here we have to calculate the lowest common multiple and highest common factor of these three numbers, these two numbers. So we have to calculate first the prime factor decomposition. 30 is 2, 15, 3, 5, 5, 1. You need to revise how to do the prime factor decomposition. Go to the video where this is explained. What do you have to do? You have to divide by 2. Is it possible? No. By 3? No. By 5? No. By 7? Yes. When you divide by 7, you find that 49 is divisible by 7 two times. So it is 7 times 7 equals 49. Now we write here the two numbers in column. Okay? The prime factor decomposition of these two numbers, this is 7 squared, and 30 equals 2 times 3 times 5. So, highest common factor, you have to take all, not all, sorry, you have to take the common factors. Which are the common factors? 2 is not a common factor, 3 is not, 5 is not, 7 is not. So there is not common factor. What happens when you don't have any common factor? That the only common factor is the universal factor, which is number 1. So the highest common factor, when there is any common factors, there is no common factors in common, then it is 1. And now, lowest common multiple, you have to take all factors, 2, 3, 5, and 7, to the highest exponent. What is the highest exponent here? The highest exponent is, of course, 1, 1, and 1, and 2 only for the 7. Okay? Now you have to calculate. Look something. 2 times 3 times 5 is 30. And 7 squared is 49. What happens? That when you don't have any common factor, because the highest common factor is 1, the lowest common multiple normally is the product of the two numbers. So 30 times 49. 30 times 49 equals 1470. I hope the video has been useful for you. If you need it, watch it again, revise, do the activities for yourself, check the solution, and see you in another video or in class. Thank you for watching.